Here we are prepping the prime rib. It's marinated overnight in a mixture of citrus juice. So we got a little lemon, a little lime, got some red wine vinegar, lots of spices. So I'm going to take that out and pat that dry here in just a little bit. And we've got the hickory chips here. And I'm not going to use the apple wood. I'm just going to use the hickory today. So we got the hickory chips soaking. So we're getting ready for the big adventure. Okay, I have the roast out of the marinade. So I'm going to take some tenderizer, just kind of sprinkle all over. And I'll do the rest, and we're getting this bad boy ready. Well, we got the fire going. Got some lump briquettes, got some hickory chunks in there. So I've made modifications to my smoker. I got the legs on the outside so I can just lift the smoker up over the fire. So prime rib is ready to go. Water in the water smoker. So we're good. So okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. It's smoking now. So we got to get it up to temp. And I do have to get the thermometer in it. Well, here we are. We're getting her up to temperature now. I got the thermometer in. Set for 135. So it's about 12:30. Should smoke for about 3 hours. I've got some of that wet hickory I'll throw on it a little bit. I don't want it to smoke too much. Lightly smoked is the way to go on these. So, and there's probably a little more than light smoke coming out of it now, but it'll die down. I've got the dry hickory on it now, along with the lump briquettes. Sitting here in my garage, you can see we've had a winter storm. Drifts anywhere between 2 to 3 feet in some places. Temperature's probably pushing 18 degrees. I'm sitting here in my shorts in the garage, bundled up on the top, but got a little Crown Royal, my Christmas present, keeping me company here. So this prime rib should get up to temperature here probably in about 30 minutes. So we'll come back. You can see my gauge is kind of smoked over, but it's got a long ways to go to get to ideal. So we'll come back here in a little bit and see how we're progressing. Okay, we're back, and you can see just start getting to ideal. So it's starting to get up to the point where it's starting to gain some temperature. Can't hardly see this, but was 44 degrees. It's moved up to 46 degrees internal temperature, so it's starting to cook slow. It is a cold day, so contingency plan is to maybe move this operation into the oven if I can't get this up to the proper temperature. It is blowing pretty hard. It's pretty cold. Not too bad here in the garage, but still it's working against the elements, that's for sure. So it is smoking nice. It's not real heavy on the smoke, so we don't want to smoke too much on this prime rib. So, but it's gaining temperature. It's coming back. So we'll check in a little bit later and see where we're at. But it's starting to gain some speed on the temperature. So, well, I just stoked the fire. It's been on about an hour and a half. You can see the internal temperature is up to 69 degrees, so we're about halfway there. Weather is deteriorating as we speak. It's snowing more now. It's getting colder. So I did put some of the wet hickory on, so it'll start smoking a little bit here. Chimney starter. I got another batch of lump coal going on, so I need some more heat. So might have to go to plan B here if this dude doesn't start warming up. You can see by taking the lid off, or not the lid, but the taken the smoker off the fire. Did take her down to warm. It'll take a while to warm up. So we've got probably another good 2 hours to go on this, and if it doesn't start heating up a little quicker rate here, I'm probably going to have to put it in the oven in the kitchen. So it's pretty chilly out. So, but we'll come back here in a little bit and see how we're progressing. So I haven't removed the top. That's kind of the cardinal sin. I don't remove the top. So it is sitting in that aluminum pan, if you remember. So try to catch the juices and help us make some gravy, but and au jus. But we're in good shape, one way or the other here. So if we can't get the temperature up where we need it, we'll crank up the oven in the kitchen and wrap it in foil and finish her up in the oven. So, but right now we're at 69 degrees. Ultimately, we want to get to 135, which will lead us to about 145, which will get us to a medium. So you can hear the charcoal, the lump charcoal in the chimney starter starting to really crack. So we'll throw some more wood or more fire on this here in a little bit, and hopefully it'll get that temperature going up. So we'll come back to you in here in a little bit. Well, here we are 2 hours later. It's still not getting up to the temperature. I know it's real hard to see with the smoke. It's not even in the ideal. We're up to 77 degrees on the thermometer. It's smoking well, but just not reaching the right temperature. So we're going to have to transfer it to the oven. Finish her up in the oven. It's just too cold here today. Frigid. You can hear the wind howling. So even though the smoke is going pretty good now and the heat's about as high as it's going to get, it's just not going to get high enough. So we're going to transfer this thing into the oven and finish her up and be eating here in about an hour, hour and a half. So come back to you when it's done. Transferred it to the oven. It'll be nice and warm in there. We're already up to 78 degrees. I better put a pan underneath just so it doesn't leak. So report back to you when it's done. Just to show you how bad it is. These are the drifts up against our patio window or our deck window. Pretty amazing. What do you think, Patty?
I think we're having a very white Christmas.
Very white. But we'll finish this prime rib in the oven. It's going to be delish. Okay, I've taken the prime rib out. It's been in for about 3 hours. It's hit 138 internal temperature, so 138 degrees. So I'm going to let it stand for a while. Then I'm going to carve it. So looks pretty good. It's time to carve this bad boy. I got the Showtime knife. It's ready to dig in. Here we go.